We'll bring them out and honor them. But first, we want to mention some of the other former Penguins who couldn't be here tonight because of their commitments with other teams. They too are a huge part of what happened right here. Let's remember and say thank you to Joe Mullen, Mark Recchi, Tom Barrasso, Ron Francis, Jaromir Jagr, Randy Carlyle, Alexei Kovalev, Ulf Samuelsson, and Rick Tocchet. Thank you, gentlemen. And now, to introduce the distinguished group of Penguins alumni here tonight, let's welcome the longtime voices of the Penguins, Mike Lang and Paul Steigerwald.
Ladies and gentlemen, to start us off on this trip down memory lane, please welcome the first general manager and first head coach in the history of the Penguins, Jack Riley and Red Sullivan.
Two of the players who were here for the first NHL game in the Civic Arena on October 11th, 1967. Say hello to original Penguins Andy Bathgate and Les Binkley.
Four men have both played for the Penguins and served as head coach. And let's bring them out together. An exclusive club. Please welcome Ken Schinkel, Gene Ubriaco, Rick Kehoe, and Eddie Olczyk.
The all-time winningest coach in Penguins history and the general manager who drafted Mario Lemieux. 25 years of service to the Penguins. Here is Eddie Johnston.
Two players whose ties here date all the way back to the 1960s. Please welcome Dwayne Rupp and former team captain Ron Schock.
You can't talk about Penguins history without talking about the century line. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, Sil Lapps, Jean Pronovost, and Lowell McDonald. And the Prony asked if he could hear, "Let's go Pronovost," one more time.
Classy and talented defensemen from the 1970s. Here are Dave Burrows, Ron Stackhouse, and Mario Faubert.
Here are some of the toughest defensemen ever to play for the Penguins. Brian Bugsy Watson, Bob Paradise, Kim Claxon, and Denny Ochar.
Only 7 players in Penguins history have scored 50 goals in a season, and these talented centers belong to that select group. Say hello to Pierre LaRouche and Mike Bullard.
Three forwards who all performed offensive heroics for the 1970s Penguins. Here are Greg Malone, Greg Polis, and George Ferguson.
Three of the toughest guys to ever pull on the Penguins uniform. Don't make these guys mad. Here are Jay Caulfield, Mark Kachowski, and Francois Leroux.
Proud members of the 1980s chapter of the Penguins alumni, please welcome back rugged forwards Warren Young and Gary Risley. And head coach Bob Berry.
Our next guest made his name in hockey even before coming to the NHL. He was the leading scorer for Team USA in the 1980 Miracle on Ice, scored 2 goals against the Soviets, and made his NHL debut with the Penguins only a week after winning the gold medal.
Years later, his father coached the Pens to their first Stanley Cup. Representing a big piece of Penguin history and the legacy of Badger Bob, here is Mark Johnson.